This is about the only time you'll ever see me with a power drill in my hand. I'm not much of a handy person, but I have found that this is very effective for winding bobbins. So when I got my first boat shuttle, I realised that I was going to have to find some way to be able to wind these bobbins effectively. Trying to wind them by hand takes forever, and I didn't want to have to buy a bobbin winder because they're expensive. And I'd heard about some people using a power drill to wind them. So I thought I'd give that a go, and it's taken a bit of time to figure out an effective method, but I have figured out something that works for me. It's not exactly conventional, but yeah, this is what I figured out. You know, the way I do things sometimes might seem a bit strange, but I thought I'd share it with you guys anyway, and it might help you, or maybe you will give me other ideas on how to do things even better. Let's see. What I started with was this was a double pointed knitting needle, and also I was just using things that I had lying around the house. I didn't want to have to buy anything extra. So I started by breaking that in half because I didn't need the full length of it. And then I insert the pointy end into the drill bit and tighten that up. And you can see here that I've got this rubber band and it's just broken. Never mind. I've wrapped it around and around until it's tight. And the reason I did that is because when I put my bobbin on the end, I'd find it just slips. You could probably find a knitting needle or whatever you're using, a small piece of dowel that fits better into here, but I found that I needed some sort of friction. So to get the friction to make the bobbin stay where it's supposed to stay instead of just spinning around and around, I put this rubber band, and so I've replaced my broken rubber band because that just was not going to work. So I've got my rubber band wound tightly down here, and then up towards the end I've just pulled up one loop, and when I go to put on my bobbin, I sort of hold that loop of rubber band up there and then squash it down while twisting it like that, and that seems to hold it pretty effectively. So then I can take my thread and I just drop the thread to the floor, pull up some, and I will just wind that on there a few times, just enough to hold it there so that it doesn't fly off when I start. And from then I'm going to hold this with a sort of light tension. Okay, so you check your drill's heading the right way, and it is. And there. Turn the drill off so you can hear me. So what I'm doing is basically pinching that, keeping a tension on it, not really tight but not loose either, and just going back and forth along the bobbin, and you see it's winding it pretty well. You can go pretty fast with this after a bit too. One little tip while you're winding, when you get near each end, don't go right the way to the end, because it'll often jump over the end of the bobbin and you'll end up with a tangled mess. It's better to just go to, you know, near the end, but don't touch it, and then head back in the other direction. So that one's about done, because if I overwind it then it's not going to fit in my boat shuttle. And I should add as well, I was saying this is a cheaper option. Well, my husband already had the electric drill. Obviously if I had to buy the electric drill then it wouldn't be a cheaper option, but because he already had this, that was why I wanted to make it work. And I think it works really well, and I hope it works for you.